Hello there, we are back for round 2, and on the draw, ooh, this hand. Like, if we draw one land, this hand I think is fairly good considering what this deck is. Since we get to like bolt something, then play the Wellspring, then do our nonsense. But if we don't, like, or if the opponent's just on a control deck, I think it's pretty bad. We only have 21 lands in our deck. So, oh well. Looks like we're going down to 5 and have to keep this. So, on the plus side, this deck does, dawdle around drawing cards reasonably well. So, mulliganing to 5 isn't a complete disaster with this deck. What will be a disaster is if my opponent is not playing something where these main deck Pyroblast are going to be good, which looks like this is the case. It looks like game 1 against Burn is going to be pretty bad for us. And we've even drawn the worst bolt, so if the opponent just has Thermal Alchemist. Okay, they didn't have Thermal Alchemist. Ooh, look at that. Delicious. So how do we win this game? I don't think it's coming from casting this Prophetic Prism. I think we just have to cast this and be as aggro as possible. Like, we're not gonna outvalue them when there's a Curse to the Pierced Heart. You know, if we take 15 turns milling around drawing cards, it's not gonna work. So we need to get as much power on the table as possible, but we're still very unlikely to win, but at least it's some sort of plan, right? I mean, we're killing them in a few turns. Maybe we'll like play this Prophetic Prism, draw a land, firebolt them, then draw like a Galvanic Blast. It's looking pretty bad though. So I guess we need to draw another burn spell, basically. Because we need to kill them next turn. Like, there's no way we're going to survive for like a full 2 more attacks. So we need to Prophetic Prism, try and draw burn spell. Hey, a life gain. So now we have this Firebolt, plus we can cycle into maybe Galvanic Blast. Or something. And attack them for 5. But it looks like they have Fire Blast since they're just floating some mana here. Oh, is there Searing Glazing me? Okay, looks like they just killed us, and we were not going to kill them. Oh well. So here we get to board out our Firebolt, since it doesn't kill any of their things. We get to board out our main deck Pyroblasts. We get to bring in Prismatic Strands, which is these. Get to bring in Lone Missionaries. I think we even get to bring in Leave No Trace. Like, it only hits 1 card in our deck, but it's a really good card against us. And I think that's about it. As to what we're bringing out, like, Faithless Looting's not that great, but like since it's a card disadvantage. But I think it's fine if we're just sitting here going, wow, we really need to draw a Lone Missionary or something along those lines. I guess we can like theoretically take out a Prophetic Prism. I guess we could also take out an Angelic Purge, but it's another answer to their curses. Yeah, we don't have too much time to mess around drawing cards anyway, so let's go this direction. This hand. Wow, look at this hand. I don't think we can keep this one either. Can we? I mean, I guess we sort of can. Since, like, Prismatic Strands is sort of a counterspell for something. Angelic Purge does go pretty well if you draw, like, a spell, and... Like, all of our non-plains, non-ancient den lands are live. All of our white creatures are live. All of our artifacts are live. The only cards that aren't live are, like, our mono-red cards. And like Bone Splitter is fairly good because it, you know, increases the clock of any creatures we do play. Yeah, okay. This one's not great either, but I've seen worse. At least we know we can kill a Thermal Alchemist if our opponent's definitely playing those. Oh well. I'm definitely not Kadoltha rebirthing our second land here. That seemed like not a good plan. It's possible that we could have like played this land, then Kadoltha rebirthed on our Great Furnace. Like just not cycled this rather. Three-Bit Inspector. I think if we just had, like, if we have one more land, like, if we get to use this Angelic Purge on basically anything, I would have been happier to Kadoltha Rebirth. I guess I can, like, rebirth out the clue. Like, it seems like a reasonable use of the clue. Alright, so we can bolt this Thermal Alchemist, or we can like Angelic Purge it, and keep these in hand for racing. I don't hate that plan. If that's the case, do we sacrifice Great Furnace? Or like one of the goblins? I mean, sacrificing a Great Furnace means we're a little bit far away from Galv Blasting for Metalcraft. I feel like if maybe... I guess this leaves us without an answer to Curse. I'll just use Bolt. Like, we're still on 18. They have 5 cards in their hand, but 18 is a lot. And just making sure that we have a decent clock. I guess another thing I could have done is just attack everything, and then if they blocked, I can Galv Blast the Alchemist for 2. Well, we drew some more bolts. Now I sort of wish I purged. If we're just getting into a pure race. But you don't know exactly what's in their hand. I guess if it's just all 1 mana, 3 damage spells, it could be bad times. I think unless they like play another Alchemist, I'll definitely be bolting them in the face. Not Galvanic Blasting end of turn, no, because I'd rather wait to see if I draw an artifact. Them drawing a land is probably bad for me, because it means they have like 3 burn spells in their hand. They can probably play all of them, and I'm only on 12. Oh, that's embarrassing. But, I mean, it's not like it replaced anything that would help too much in this situation, unless it was specifically the prismatic lens that I brought out. Or prism, rather. So yeah, I guess if I'd known I was about to draw like a 3rd lightning bolt, not using this purge may well have just cost me the game, because they would be dead this turn if I still had my other bolt. Okay, so I mean, if their remaining hand is this bolt, then well done. They didn't really draw any sideboard cards except from this Leave No Trace. Let's say it wasn't doing too much. Well, that's interesting. I will absolutely pay to do this. So if they let it resolve, they die. So we're in like chicken here. So if they have like a bolt, an actual bolt, which they only have one of in their deck, they can bolt me in response to this Galvanic Blast. If I wait until they pay the 2 mana, they'll be on 2 and I can respond by Galvanic Blasting them and then actually killing them. But if they have Fire Blast, then I die in response. I think it's more likely they have a Fire Blast than an instant deal 3. I guess they can instant deal 3 anyway. But then it just means I guess it's the same. Yeah, okay, sure. They had the Fire Blast regardless. Oh well, that's disappointing.